Welcome back. This is Cadroll Hunter here, and we are in for a nickel hunt. Hi everybody, this is James, and you're watching my channel, Cadroll Hunter. That's right, we got a box of nickels. I picked this up from a bank that I've never been to before, a branch that I don't pick up coins or drop off coins at. There are some telltale signs here that this box has already been hunted. A couple of things. One is that there was somebody's name written in pen or initials on the outside of the box. That's always a sign. The other thing here is that this box was taped up when I got it at the branch. The teller took the tape off to confirm that it was full. And what you see here is it's been packed in alternating rows of clear and paper. It's far too neat for tellers to have just put loose rolls in. So I think this has been in the hands of a customer. We'll know for sure when we start to get into the rolls if there's no nickel, if we don't find anything older, if we don't find anything interesting, we'll know somebody's already gone through and taken everything out. So because that might be a really boring hunt, I'll bring you in if in fact we do find something. If this box has been hunted, maybe they missed something interesting. And if we don't find anything, I'll pair this up with another box that I pick up shortly. So let's get in and see what we find, if anything. For those of you who've been watching my channel, you know that we've just started a nickel hunt and album fill series. I'll post a link up in the corner to that. This is just our second episode, so we've just started filling up this album, and we only have a couple in the 40s, a couple in the 50s here. And once we get into the 60s and 70s, we're doing pretty well from our last box. There are a few things we're missing: the 64 extra waterline, the 70 low mints. We're also missing the 91 low mints, so we'll take a look for that. We're going to look for some upgraders. We're going to look to see if we can get some better options for some, particularly in the 80s and 90s. So we'll get into this box and see what we find, if we can add anything or upgrade anything to this album. So let's get started. Roll number one, we found our first US nickel of the hunt. It's just a 1997P, and I think I might see a couple of others in here. So this doesn't really necessarily mean anything at this point in time, but we'll keep looking and see if there's anything interesting in these rolls. Roll number two, we found some nickels, so that's an encouraging sign. It could be that whoever might have gone through these rolls, if somebody did, isn't separating out nickel, but we'll know for sure if we find anything older than this. Well, we're in roll number 10 already, and we've got a 1990, which means we can throw it under the scope here and see if there is any bare belly. And I'm not really thinking so. There's a little bit of an area there where there might have been some detail. The bare belly was really a dye polishing issue, and so it got worse over time. This could potentially be the very beginning of it, but not enough to consider this a bare belly. Roll number 13, and I just pulled another 1990 under the scope, and look what we have here. That is very definitely a 1990 bare belly. So it's going to be worthwhile to go through here, because even if someone else has hunted this box, they obviously haven't looked really closely, and there might be some other missed finds in here too. Number 24, and we have found something we need for the album. It's the 2001 with no mint mark. It's the lower mintage. There's also one with the P composition mark. This is a terrible shape, so we'll put it aside as an album find that we need. But we're going to cross our fingers that we find a better condition 2001 in this box somewhere. Well, we're already in roll number 46, and I just pulled up here a 1980, nothing terribly special. It means we can scope it, and we can see if there's any doubling on the date, which there is not. So this can go in the nickel cup, but you can see that we've found some nickels so far. So I'm pretty sure somebody has been searching or has searched this box, but it doesn't look like they're pulling out nickel. What they're probably doing is pulling out anything from the 70s and earlier, because everything in the nickel cup is just from 1980 or 1981. Well, we have finished that hunt, and we didn't really find much. A little wrap up here. We got 39 US nickels. We got a 2001 with no composition mark that we know we need for the album, but it's not great. We got a bunch of things I'll just look for to see if any of them might upgrade our 80s and 90s in the book. One or two might. The one really good thing we found today was this 1990 Bear Belly, and I've got it up under the scope here. You can see how the dye polishing has taken away the design here and over here by the hind leg. So that is a fantastic find, particularly for bucks that I'm pretty sure somebody else has already looked at. They just didn't look at this one close enough to find it. Because we didn't find much, I'm going to go ahead and add another box as soon as I can get one so that we have ourselves a real hunt, and maybe we'll find something a little older, more interesting, maybe another 1990 Bear Belly. We'll see, but I'll bring you back in when I've got another box to hunt. Okay, well, I'm back with another box of nickels, or should I say most of another box of nickels. What I got here is actually 46 rolls. I've had a really hard time getting nickels from my banks. I had to kind of scrounge these together from a few different banks on a few different days. I got really close, but I figured I didn't want to wait too much longer after we did our last box. So we'll go ahead and we'll do this. We will end this at 46 instead of 50. But hopefully this means we've got better coins, more stuff in here that will add to the album. Of course, these are customer wrapped rolls, so it's hard to know what's in there. Hopefully they haven't been searched like I'm sure the last one was, but we won't know for sure until we dig in. Well, we're off to a much better start in this box. We're in roll number 1 of this box, 51 of the hunt. And we've got our first laureate portrait. It's a 1964. Of course, we can check it for the extra water line, which we don't see. It looks like there might be a little bit of just maybe some damage over here. I'm not sure what that is, but we're not seeing the double water line. So already we're doing better than we did in that last box. Roll number 2, we got a pretty nice looking 1980. We found another really good one in the last box. And so we'll just take a quick peek here and see. There's no doubling on the date, but this might be a bit better than the other one. We'll have to see. We'll look at them both together and we'll see if either one of them will go in the album. Still in the same roll, and we're finding some really nice 80s ones. You can see this one here. Not a lot of circulation wear. It's a 1986, so we'll put this aside, and again, we want to get the best example for the album, so this might be a contender. Roll number 53 of this almost two box hunt, and we found a really nice 1974. So we're finding some older nickel content nickels, and so that makes me feel really good about what could be in this box. So I'm excited that we might find some upgraders to some of our old ones, and we might find some more laureate portraits and King George VI, though. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Same roll, we got a really nice 1965, and this could upgrade too. Roll number 54, and we got our first US nickel of this box. This is a 1979 Denver. This just to add to the 39 that we've already found. So we'll add this to our US finds, and we'll get back to the hunt. Roll 57, we found ourselves a 2000, and when I flipped it over earlier, I see it is the low mintage 2000p. So we'll add that to the board. Same roll, we found ourselves another laureate portrait in 1963, and this one looks like it's been in a fire or something. It's in actually fairly decent shape. It's got a few scratches, but definitely has been in through something anyway. Roll number 64, we got ourselves a 1990. Is it possible we got another Bear Belly? Let's throw it under the scope and see. And not this time, not this time. But it always pays to check. You never know. Same roll, we found another 63. This one could be an upgrader for our album. We'll have to see. This looks to be in pretty decent shape, so that's a great find. Roll number 61, and I didn't even see it by the edge, but we found ourselves a 1962 laureate portrait. Roll number 62 of the hunt, and we've got another 1964. Roll 64, and we found another 2001 with no composition mark. This one isn't much better than the one that we found in the last box. We still need one for the album, so we'll set it aside. We'll see which one is best. We'll still hope that we find a better one in this box, though. Roll number 78, just our second US nickel in this box so far, so not nearly the pace we were on in the last one. This one's a 1995P, though I thought I saw a couple more in here. You can sort of see another edge back there, so I won't bring you in for all of those. But looks like we've got some different stuff in here. Roll 82, and we got ourselves another 1964 laureate portrait. Roll 84, and this time I spotted it. We got a 12-sided nickel right here, so we'll put it down and we'll see what we got. All right, I laid it flat, and we can see that we've got a 1961. Roll number 91 of this 96 roll, almost 2-box hunt, and as I laid it down, I could see that we had another 12-sided nickel. This one is a 1961. This is our second 61 of the hunt. Okay, well, we're at roll 96, the last roll of our 96 roll, almost 2-box hunt. I'll get into this. If we don't find anything in here, we'll come back for a wrap-up. Well, folks, we got to the bottom of that box, and we got some finds over the course of these two rolls. Two boxes. This second box was much better for finds. In total, between the two, we got 48 Jefferson nickels. We got a couple of 1961s, a 62, a couple of 63s. We got 3 1964s. We got a really nice 65, which I think we'll upgrade. We got a 2000 low mintage P. And we got this 1990 Bear Belly in the first box, which was pretty remarkable considering we're pretty sure somebody's gone in through there. We have a bunch of other ones we're going to check against the album just to see if any of these might upgrade. And I'll bring you right back in to let you know how we did. Well, we did pretty good with the album. We actually had 2 additions. We added the 1961 here, as well as that 2000 No P. But we also had some upgrades. We upgraded the 62. We upgraded the 65. Back in the 80s here, we upgraded the 84, the 85, and 86. They were particularly not great examples. But we also upgraded this 1990, and we upgraded the 1997. So we did pretty well. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, CAD Roll Hunter. I have more content coming out all the time. Thank you so much for watching, and join us again soon.